Where I think people mess up is the only cast they make, sometimes the riprap will be straight on, or maybe at a 45. If I have a line of riprap and I'm picking it apart, I will start straight down the riprap parallel to start out. But as I go and I fish a section, the way I pick it apart is I'll swing the boat out. So I've made a cast this direction, then I make a cast, you know, at a little different angle, until I've made a cast straight on and I've covered that spot. Then I get back up and I do it again. If you do that enough, you'll start to develop a pattern of which one they want, and then you know boat position, which is so key. You know where to put the boat to catch the fish. Boat position, especially jerkbait fishing early in the year, is very, very critical to keeping your bait in the strike zone. It doesn't mean they're lazy. Typically, they're just cold, and you want to keep it so you can have the most advantageous presentation to them to where you get the bites and maximize those bites. So if I've thrown the jerkbait and I've gone around and I've realized, okay, on the rock, especially when it's cold, they're really tight. Next thing I'm going to go and pick up when I'm practicing, it's going to be a square bill. This is a Berkley square bill. You can throw your favorite square bill, doesn't matter. The reason I prefer this one is because on 12-pound line, a long cast, I can get it 7, 8 foot. So I can bang the rocks up shallow, or I can bang the rocks up all the way down until they fall off, if I think they're in that shallow water. Now there's 2 ways when it's cold, especially, that I'm going to crank. One, I call it just the old grandpa style. I'm just going to get it up there, and it's just going to be the old bang the rocks, bang the rocks, bang the rocks. But what I've learned traveling around the country fishing the last 10 years is 9 times out of 10, even when it's cold around those rocks, speed kills. I mean, I like to get this thing and I throw it down the bank and I burn it. And when I make contact, I kill it. And I'll burn it again, make contact, and then I'll kill it. And almost 100% of your bites will be when you hit that hard structure and you let off of it and that bait kicks back, boom, they bite it. I think they've seen and are accustomed to all that slow stuff. You know, everybody's out there because everybody's told wintertime, we got to slow down. I'm here to tell you in the wintertime, lots of the times, especially on riprap, you can speed up. And it can be very, very effective. You catch a lot of big fish. Now, the size of the square bill you throw, you can like a big one, you can like a small one. I'm not gonna tell anybody what you throw because that's all preference. It's like tennis shoes. One pair feels better to you than it does to the other. It's what you're confident with. You can listen to me all you want. But if you're not throwing the color and the bait and the rod and the reel and the line that you like best, you're probably not gonna catch fish. Everybody agree with that? It's kind of like a golfer. He's hitting a golf club. He's a Titleist guy. You're not going to give him a TaylorMade. He's not going to hit the same drive, the same chip, the same putt. That's the great thing about fishing. You do it your way. So as we transfer in, my number one bait, once it starts to warm up on riprap, is a spinnerbait. Why? Once again, it's kind of like the jerkbait. When I'm covering riprap, I can fish it right down the rocks to 20 foot deep on the bottom, slow rolling it, banging it off stumps, whatever I have to do. This is probably one of the most underutilized, most versatile baits in your box. And it's gone pretty much from a lot of guys' arsenal. You don't hear a lot about a spinnerbait anymore. Why? Because of the evolution of the bladed jig, right? But they're 2 totally different presentations. Like, they just didn't stop biting a spinnerbait when something else was made. It's like the old man's jelly worm. They didn't stop biting it, just new brands came out and we quit using it, right? I mean, that's the truth, right? With the spinnerbait, early in the morning, especially even when it's cold, if I was doing it, I'll still wake it down the rocks because you never know when you're going to get that one. The big thing about spinnerbait fishing, especially in my part of the country, when I'm getting to the spring, is we have different kinds of shad that spawn at different times.
Bass U, folks. Information is pouring over. If you want to learn more about every lake, how to fish, shallow, deep, in between, skipping docks and rocks and cranking, slow wiggling, chatter, smattering, you get it at Bass U. Get on Bass U TV, check it out, sign up, be a member, be part of it, folks. Keep learning.